Hello, this is Nicole with Angelic Therapy and Healing. I'm bringing you reading for the week of Monday, June 19th through Sunday, June 25th. We are going to be doing something a little different this week. We are going to actually be covering an astrologically based reading for all 12 signs for the week of Monday, June 19th through Sunday, June 25th. And the reason that is right now we are going through a very powerful time energetically. It's almost kind of like a portal gateway, because there's just truly so much going on right now that is pushing everyone for transformation, everyone for huge changes, everyone for taking some big leaps of faith, you know, going for it, taking a risk, doing those things. And it all actually started with our full moon that we had on Friday, June 9th, and that was the full moon that was in Sagittarius. And boiled down, essentially that full moon was all about it's a time for change. It's a time to take a chance, take a risk, take that leap of faith. So since then, what's been going on with the planets and the transits and everything, everyone has since been pushed to take the time to reflect. There have been secrets revealed. There have been surprises. There has been a lot of time spent evaluating what is it that we desire? What do we want from here? Where do we go from here? What are our next steps? There's also been some evaluations as far as, okay, well, what if I wouldn't have made that choice? Because some, with the evaluating everything, realize, okay, I made the wrong decision. You know, I took the wrong career path, or I chose the wrong person. So there's been a lot of, okay, well, what ifs? What if I would have done this? What if I would have done that? Why did things turn out the way they are? But it really has been a lot of reflection, evaluation, contemplation. That's been necessary. So now as we're heading into this new moon, well, before we hit the new moon on Friday, we're going to have a solstice on the 21st, which is Wednesday. And then right around the corner on Friday the 23rd, and it's Eastern Standard, it's going to be around 10:30 in the around 10:30 in the evening. And it's a new moon in Cancer. And that's on Friday the 23rd. And that new moon, it's going to be intense. Now, you'll find that for some of you, it's not going to be as intense as the past ones, but because of everything that's energetically going on, it's going to be fairly intense for most. And Cancer is all about mothering, nurturing, those, you know, caring. For most, you really need to primarily focus on this time caring for yourself rather than caring for others. It really is a time to do something for yourself. Go get a massage. Go spend time with friends. You know, go do something fun that you enjoy. Take a little, you know, if you can take a day and get away from the office and go do something, but take time to do something for yourself, to nurture yourself, to care for yourself. You will find many of you are going to feel frazzled this week, and everyone has been feeling frazzled since we had the full moon on the 9th. That's because this is a huge push to finally take that leap of faith, to finally step into this transformation, because many of us are giving birth to a new life, a new way of doing things, new relationships, new careers. I mean, this is a huge time of transformation. So that's why you're feeling frazzled. It's because this is the final, it's a big push. So there's going to be, clear up until the new moon, there's going to be some emotional ups and downs. There's going to be some upheavals. You'll also find that this is it's an optimal time to release anything related to mother issues. So if as a child you were very, you know, your mother was very critical of you or criticized you a lot, you'll find that now you are very critical of yourself as an adult. This is an optimal week to have some healing work to release that. Or maybe as a child, maybe your parents were very busy with their careers and the focus wasn't on you, and you felt that you were alone. You felt abandoned. Well, now as an adult, that's left you feeling unloved, unworthy. You don't allow anyone to emotionally get close to you because you're afraid, okay, if I let someone close, they're just going to not be there for me. They're going to abandon me. I'm going to be stuck alone again. This is a week to do related work, release work, healing work related to those issues, particularly if they involved your mother. And this is something for many that, you know, you'll have to recruit the help of a professional healer An energy healer could be someone that does Reiki, could be someone that does quantum touch. For some, you may be able to actually find a meditation online and do that. But this is an optimal time to take care of releasing and healing anything related to mother issues, mother concerns, anything that's impacted you and is still impacting you at this point. What you'll also find with this new moon is the big key piece of it is communication. Communication, communication, communication. That is huge. So for some, you're going to be pushed to finally open up and share some secrets. For some, you're going to have some information shared. But it's all about communicating externally, but it's also big with communicating internally, because this is a week, this is the time that decisions have to be made. And decisions will be made for many of us. And for some, these are big decisions that you've been putting off for months. So for some, you've been trying to decide which path to go on career-wise or romantically, but you've been putting it off, you've been putting it on hold because you're like, oh gosh, but if I make that decision, my life's going to change. My life as I know it and as I have had it for years is going to be completely changed. Granted, it's for the better, but we're creatures of habit. We don't like change. So you didn't want to have that change. You didn't want to have life change, even though it's good. It's going to bring in everything you've ever wanted. You've still pushed it, kicked it down the line because I'm not ready to have my life truly change just yet. But you will be pushed this week to make that decision. And most people are going to be pushed to make, because for many there has been a big decision that's been lingering for a while, that really has been delayed, that's been put off. You're going to find that this week, particularly up against the new moon, you will be pushed to make that decision regarding this new beginning. For some, it's new beginning in love. For many, it's new beginning in love. For some, it's a new beginning in career. But it's huge, it's big, and this is the time to make a decision. Because by making that decision, you will find that it's going to be successful. You'll find that it's going to be something that's rooted, that has a solid foundation, a solid base, something that will be long-lasting, that can last a lifetime. Because right now is the optimal time to make those decisions regarding personal and professional relationships. Because if you can make those decisions finally, just make the decision, take the leap of faith this week, you're guaranteed success. Because you have all the support from the divine, literally pushing, pulling, and dragging you to make that decision. So be fearless. Make that decision. Know that you are going to have success. It is going to be long-term. It's going to bring you these things that you've been desiring, that you've been wanting, for many of you, that you've been wanting your whole life. Which is why some have been delaying making the decision, because you're like, oh my gosh, I really want this, but boy, it's going to change everything. Everything. But it's going to change it for the better. So I encourage all of you to be fearless, make those decisions. You have a ton of support helping you with that this week. And if you're interested in finding out about the transits and everything that's going on, there's a number of great astrologists that are out there. Some that I really like to follow are Pamela Gregory, Barb Goldsmith, the Leo King, and Kelly Rosano as well. And those are just some that I watch, but go out online, check. There's tons of YouTube videos. There's a lot of greats out there. They have tremendous amount of insight and information. And if you know what's going on astrologically, it really can help you more gracefully navigate through these things. And it can help you also understand why, okay, if you wake up one day and you're very emotional or you are very tired, it'll help you understand why, so that you can just go with it. And if you're tired, take a nap. If you're emotional, let yourself cry. But that way you don't wake up thinking, oh my gosh, something's wrong, what's going on with me? That you can just go with it gracefully. And this is an intense time, but it's good. It's bringing about those hopes, those wishes, those things that we have wanted, that we have been praying for, that we have been doing visualizations for. So this is kind of like a capstone. It's this big final push. So I do wish you all well as you navigate through that. For everyone that's new to the channel, welcome. Glad to have you here. Last I checked, we are at like 9,400 subscribers. So as promised, once we do hit 10,000 subscribers, I am going to randomly select 3 people to do free 15-minute readings for each of them. So if you're new, go on ahead and subscribe, and that will get you eligible to potentially be selected as one of the people who's going to receive a free reading. For all those that have been here for a while, thank you. I do appreciate it. I love all the feedback. I love all the support from everyone. Thank you for everything. let's see, is there anything else before we get started? Because I'm going to do some editing for you guys, so I don't have to restate all of this information over and over again. Okay, well that's it. So we are going to get started, and again, there is going to be a reading for each astrological sign with regards to the week of Monday, June 19th through Sunday, June 25th. For some, you may find that this could possibly extend a week past that, but it's not going to go any further than a week past this time frame. So it really is to help everyone, because it is a pivotal time. It's almost like a big portal gateway that is going to lead to your dreams coming true. It's a big, huge push. There's a lot that has to be done by everyone this week, which is why they want to get these specific messages out for each astrological sign, so you can literally utilize this time, making those changes fearlessly, birthing that new life, that new beginning, that solid foundation, that personal relationship, and for some, the professional relationship of a lifetime that you've been wanting to have, because the time's here and the time is now. And so they're just wanting to provide this additional information to help you with that. Now, for those of you that are interested, the cards that we're going to be using today, I have Doreen Virtue's Saints and Angels, as well as her Fairy Tarot cards. I have the Lover's Path by Chris Waldhair, and the Whispers of Love by Angela Hartfield. And then I have my Bluebird Lenormands, my Gilded Lenormands, and my Sibylla's, all prayed, shuffled, prepared. If we need any clarifiers along the way, we'll use those as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Hello, Cancer. This is Nicole bringing you your reading for the week of Monday, June 19th through Sunday, June 25th. Come on, Ellie. Come on. Okay. Well, hopefully when the dog jumps up here, she doesn't knock anything down. So this is, I have prayed over the cards, shuffled them, and asked that each of you receives at least one message. It is for a large number of people, however, so you may find that there's only one message in here for you. So hopefully you will find more. But just remember, it is for a large number of people. Let me make sure you guys can see that. Outstanding. Okay, so let's see what we have for you guys this week. We have the situation, recent past, what you are unaware of, and what is recommended that you do this week. So starting off, you have the King of Cups, and this card is all about mastery, emotional wisdom, learning from romantic love relationships, the ability to live up to our dreams, our ideas, particularly regarding love, emotional maturity, wisdom, because you have to have that maturity to become the king, to offer your cup, offer love to someone truly, and integrity, emotional maturity, emotional wisdom, emotional integrity, you know, because he is embodying all of that. So many of you have a love interest, and it's a new love. It's a new love interest. Some of you have recently been dating this person for a brief time. 6 months or less for most. And you just think, oh my gosh, he's a dreamboat. He's offering me his cup, his love. But he's not offering it. You see how his eyes are kind of closed? And he's handing the cup to the past. So when you look at tarot cards, future would be you looking anything to the past. He's offering his cup of love to someone else from the past. But he hasn't offered it yet because he hasn't gained that emotional maturity yet. That emotional wisdom. He's almost there. For some, they're saying he is there. He hasn't for some, he hasn't wanted to see things for what they are. He's refused to see the truth, refused to see see things as they are. But he's about to open his eyes, and when he does, he will have stepped into his power as the king, and he will be seeing things as they are, and he will then be offering his love, offering his cup to someone. But I don't get that it's you, Cancer. Almost like this is a rebound type of relationship. Which is interesting. There's this song out there, this country song about not wanting to be your rebound. Because what we have is the recent past. We have a 5 of spring, and this at the bottom it says opposing goals arising from differing opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or others, overly ambitious people. And this is all about challenges, people that are confrontational, argumentative, lots of drama. About, in order for us to minimize drama, you see all this stuff that's going on around all them. In order to minimize that drama, the best way to do that is to remain optimistic and light. But that's not easy when there's a lot of disturbances and annoyances going on around us, because those little things can add up very, very rapidly. You see there's all these butterflies, they're fighting with each other, playing with each other. Okay, they're saying fighting. And you've got the bees, you've got the butterflies all flying overhead, and it's a huge distraction. Games. Different opinions, opposing goals. Games, the games we play. Okay. So some of you have this new relationship. And this person, he's coming and you're like, oh my gosh, he's a total dreamboat. Now you can change the sex for these. I'm going to go with what I'm being told and seeing. But if it's your situation, just change the sex. It's your situation. But you have this person come in and he's the dreamboat. He's like, oh my gosh, the catch, the one. I want to build a future with this guy. He's it. But this is recent past. You feel as though he's playing games with you because you can't get information. You can't get the details. You're being told things, but the actions aren't in alignment with that. So he's saying things. He's, oh, sweet as honey. But he's not following through on those things. He's not following through with plans. You feel like, okay, he's playing a game with me. But he's not playing a game with you. It appears like he is. Because, when we have a relationship end with someone, especially if it's marriage, if it's a long-term relationship, and it's something that's very painful, we almost always will have a rebound. Typically, someone will have a rebound. They're not purposefully coming in to hurt that person, but they're going, 5 is a number of change, huge change. They're going, so for some of you, this started in the springtime. So for some of you, that you started moving forward with this person in February, March, heading into spring. But it's because this person, he underwent a big change. He went through a breakup. But it was a huge change. But it was also a huge change. See all these butterflies? Because it was a total transformation of his life. So he comes in, you think it's sweet as honey, he's saying these things, but for some he's gone inward because it's a big transformation. He's become a recluse. He's kind of pulled away. So initially there was a lot of fun, but then he pulled away, not hearing from him, no communications. It's because he's going through this tremendous transformation. But it has caused arguments. It's caused some contention. You're like, what in the world is going on? Why is he playing games with my heart? What's gonna smack him with the flower? What is going on? And the border's red. There's been a lot of turbulent emotions, and most recently this thing that appeared to be okay, I've found this love of lifetime, I found the one, it's become very filled with hostility, anger, distrust. Now, as far as what you're unaware of, you have the card, listen to your heart, and it is number 1, and at the bottom it says, you are listening to what is being said, but you need to listen with a loving heart. And this is all about, you know, sometimes it's really easy for us to get wrapped up in what someone is telling us. You know, they may be telling us everything we want to hear. They may be telling us, oh, honey, you're my honeybee. I am so in love with you. Oh, we are going to have a wonderful future. This is great. I feel so connected to you. And now for some of you, this could be work related. Maybe somebody wanting to start a business with you. But for most, this is love related. You know, Cups is all about emotional love. You've got this. If you look at his, hopefully you guys can see that. The cup that he's holding, it has a heart on it. A heart with wings on it. But so for most, it's love. But you are being told these things, and they sound so good. So good. But what is your heart really telling you? Because your heart knows the truth. Because for those of you in this situation, you know something is off. You're beginning to feel like, okay, this person's a player. They're playing games with me. But they'll say the sweetest things. Their talk is like honey. It's so sweet and so promising, but you're realizing that they're false promises. But listen to your heart, because your heart knows the truth, and you have to trust that, and take the time to listen to it and be still and really get the information, because a lot of you actually already have the information. Like, you can already tell something is off. But because you have so much hope in things moving forward with this person, you have refused, kind of like he's refused to see things from the past to fully step into his wisdom. You have refused, see, her eyes are closed. You have refused to see this situation for what it truly is. So what you're aware of is you need to open your eyes. You need to open your eyes, because your heart's already telling you that something is off. This is not it. And actually, I love these cards because there's always stuff in it, and they'll point out. There's this King of the Sea. I don't know if you guys can see his face. His face is here, and he's holding his like archer staff there. Could be Sagittarius. Yeah, they're the archers. But he's sitting here, and he looks very sad and upset. So many of you, this was a rebound. A long-term relationship ended. That you did have some good times together, but this was an opportunity for growth and transformation for both of you. Because for some of you, this is like your first relationship after a while. Like, you've been single for a while. Some of you didn't have a rebound after you had a marriage relationship, and there has been some time, so it wouldn't be considered your typical rebound. But this is like your first relationship in a while. So it is an opportunity for growth and transformation for both of you, to prepare both of you for the love that will come in, but it's not with each other. But you know that. You just need to trust that, because they're trying to get you to make a decision. Because for some of you, they've been trying to get him to make a decision, and he hasn't been budging and making a decision. They've been trying to get you to make a decision. You have to make a decision now. You have to open up your eyes and see things as they are. Make that decision. Now, as far as what they recommend this week, you found it. And this is all about, you know, congratulations on finding and listening to your inner guidance, your gut feelings, the thoughts, the visualizations, that intuitive knowing that you have, to trust it, to follow that wisdom, to take action on that wisdom. And for you, you know how, again, they're saying that this is an opportunity of growth for both of you. Purple is all about transmutation. So for some of you, this was seen, okay, now I've learned more about what I do and do not want in a relationship. So it's helped you transform and prepare for a relationship that will come in. But what you need to do this weekend is you do need to open your eyes, recognize it, see it, make a decision. And you have to let that go. Because some of you have been thinking about letting it go. For some of you, a month or so, you've been... Because they're saying for some of you, things started falling apart early May, late April, early May. And so since May, some of you have been thinking about ending it, but you haven't. They're encouraging you to do that this week. Because to move forward, this has to be ended. But then it's going to free both of you. Because you see, you have these pairs of unicorns, the pair of fish, this ship coming in. When you end this relationship with this person, that they're not your meant to be. Someone else is your meant to be. You got these two mermaids together. For them to bring in your meant to be, you need to end the relationship with this person. Because to have a new beginning that will be withstanding, you know, our ship brings in the things that we desire. Your ship is ready to come in. It's on this end of the card. It's ready to come in. You have to end this, though, in order for it to come in. And it will be the love that you've been wanting. It will be a person that is a perfect complement. But you have to take the steps this week. Now, real quick. Let's do King of Cups. Okay, La Mica, Morte, and Casa. So we have, let's see if I can hold these so you guys can see all of them at one time. So we have the friend, the confidant, relationship of trust, and then we have the death, abandonment, complete detachment, the burning it down, ending it, and then we have the home. So for some, he was married, or it was a, for some it was like a marriage, but they weren't married. But they had been together. They had established a home. They had financial investments together. And for some, it is a divorce. It's splitting up these things. But it was a love. So if they weren't married, they were living as though they were married, building stability, building a home, building a life together, a foundation together. But it came crashing down. It ended. He is wanting, okay, most recently, he has almost reached this point of emotional maturity where he is going to be ready to find someone that he can build a foundation with. He's just not there yet. He's not there yet. But that's why he's not your meant to be. They're bringing someone better in for you. Yeah. So we have the sacerdote, which is the priest, the consolantes, the presa. Let's see if I can hold these all up without dropping them. So you have the priest, but see how he's like totally cloaked? Stuff is hidden. It's also a spiritual person. Then you have, this is all about, you know, it's a comforting surprise, partial success. It's not really what we wanted. It's not really what we've been hoping for and dreaming for, but it works. We'll make do with it. And then you have the prigione, the person that has themselves stuck, the inability to move, the inability to make decisions, being chained to their past. So you've had these differing goals. You've been at odds with each other. It's because there are some things that you're unaware of. There are some secrets that have not been revealed to you. For some, it's, you know, it's almost like mourning attire. So he had to mourn this loss. Again, it's a rebound. Mourning the loss that ended with someone. He enjoyed the time with you. It was actually a surprise. Actually helped him start with his transformation and heart healing. But really isn't what he wants, because he's still chained, and for some, still trying to end things with his ex. For some, still trying to heal his heart from that, so he can be open to actually loving and moving forward. But he's not there. And again, you know how they were saying you have both been feeling that it's been off. You've both been having the thoughts to end it, move forward, but neither of you have done that. His eyes are closed, not wanting to deal with it, make the decision, and the same for you. Because you both know that it's not, It was fun. It was fun while it lasted. It was a good time, but it's not what you both want. You can both tell that this isn't you're meant to be. This isn't the person that really does it for you. Really makes your heart sing. But the one bad thing though, Cancer, is this is again what you're unaware of, and you have the gift, the present. You have amore, which is love, and then you have the melancholia, which is all about, you know, sadness, depression, loss. So for some of you, again, you had this guy, Dreamboat. He came in, you thought, oh my gosh, this is a gift. This is love lifetime. This is the guy that I have been waiting for. This is it. But see, nobody's in the room. Nobody's accepting that treasure. So he wasn't offering his cup to you. He wasn't truly offering he wasn't offering his love to you. He was offering some fun. But it isn't this deep love that you desire, that you want, that you deserve, that you will receive. You will receive it. Because again, they're trying to bring your ship in. You are going to get a love that's a perfect complement, the perfect person for you. It's just they're not it yet. They've helped you prepare yourself for that. But in order for this ship to come in, for that person that you have been hoping for, praying for, desiring, you have to let this one go. And what you're unaware of is that by letting this person go, you will find love. And it will be requited love. And it will be, they're saying like you're going to be perfect complements of each other, like two peas in a pod. Because something's been off with this the whole time. Yeah. So we have happiness of the heart, disgracia, which is total destruction, total ending, and the thief, ladro. And thieves are swift. They come in the middle of the night. So for some of you, you felt that, okay, I've got this person, they make me very happy. But something just has, we were having such a great time together, and then suddenly something came in and it's over. But again, this is what they're recommending you do this week. So this week that they're recommending is like a, you get 5, 7, 10. 10 is completion. 10 is the ending. He's in love with someone else. And for some, it's not even the person he's divorcing. You get 3 people. So for some, he's going to open his eyes. He's in love with someone else. Which you feel is like the thief, like, okay, this isn't working. But you felt like, okay, this happiness heart, this is going to work, this brings me joy, but it's time to burn that down. It's time to end that. Swiftly, okay. But they're saying that it's kind of like when you're trying to remove a Band-Aid. You know, you hesitate to remove it because you're like, oh gosh, this is really going to hurt. This is going to sting. This is going to burn. I'm not having a good time right now. I'm not really happy. I can tell that this isn't the one. I'm really not wanting to see it because we have had some good times. And okay, I'm just going to leave that Band-Aid there. I'm not going to rip it off. But what they're saying is this week, it's time to open your eyes and face that. Realize that this is not the happiness of your heart. It's time to rip that Band-Aid off and rip it off swiftly. And end that. And like when you rip off a Band-Aid, if you rip it off quickly, and because they're saying to not drag it out, because for some of you, you've been contemplating ending it, but you've just been dragging it out. You're just delaying your ship coming in. So they're saying to move forward quickly. Trust your heart, listen to your heart. You know that it's time to rip that Band-Aid off. Then they can, you know, Jesus never takes something away from us unless he intends to replace it with something way better. You have something way better coming in. You have this divine love that's going to be coming in. But they can't bring that in until you release this person. Because they're not the one that's meant for you. They're saying it's also not something to be angry over because it has been a learning thing for both of you. So hopefully that helps, Cancer. You know, this is a week that you do have a lot of divine support to assist you with that. So just ask for their help with having those conversations to end those things. Call on Archangel Michael to give you the strength to have that. Call on Archangel Gabriel to assist you with the words and the verbiage to have those conversations. And I do wish you the very best with that. Ask for the angels' help. They can't step in to help you unless you ask them. So remember to ask for their help. And I do wish you all an amazing week filled with a lot of love, joy, and blessings.